Okay, what's on the agenda today? Okay, we got to do that. I didn't really want to do that, but okay, I got to do that. And yeah, there's a mission for me? Really? But I got all these things I got to do. It's urgent, and if I don't, I'm dead. Alright then. Where am I going? Just coordinates. Alright, yeah, pass me. So I've made it to where the coordinates take me. It's a bit flipping windy, right? And yeah, I'm here to find something called a. Give me a sec. Let me find it in my bloody coat. A wolf priest. Right, don't know what that is, but it seems like it's something to do with the Spaceballs about to guess. I mean, I'm in a blizzard. Should explain everything. So, I'll bring you back if I find any traces of him. Or him. Or my corpse. From hypothermia is most likely the way this is going to go. To start off the painting process, we're going to first prime the model with black, and then we're going to spray a white primer from above to create a full highlight. Then we're going to take Eshin Grey and we're going to paint this over the armour bits to kind of get the light areas that the Zenithal hit into a darker colour, into a grey, to then make it look more like armour and just not Zenithal. After this, we're going to highlight the armour up with Skaven Blight Binge. So when we do this, you're just going to apply it straight over it, and then eventually we'll get other colours and just get it up to the highest point. So you only want to apply this on the areas that look lighter than the rest, so where the sun would beam in. We're now going to take the last colour that we're going to apply to the armour, being Storm Vermin Fur, and we're going to apply this over the places that we just painted, but not fully, just to, what's the word I'm looking for? Just to show that the light is really beaming and those bits of the armour are really bright. We're now going to move on to the cape after doing the armour, and to do the cape you're going to take Blood Angel's Red and you're going to apply it all over the cape to get an even coat on it. But after you've done it once, you're going to apply a second coat to darken it, because we don't want it too bright, and because later on we're going to apply more colours which will be bright and it'll kind of throw it off, so you want to make sure the cape is dark. After you have painted the cape with Blood Angel for it twice and got it as dark as you want it to be, we're then going to paint the curves in the cape, the bits that stand up a bit, with Evil Sun Scarlet to show that those bits are poking out and to create a bit of dimension on the cape. So after you have done the cape and the hood, don't forget the hood like I did, we're going to then paint the gloves, anything leather really. So to start that off, you're going to take Rhinox hide and yeah, you're going to paint it all over the gloves on his hands, the weapon pouch on his hip, as well as that small little pouch next to it. We're then going to take Doomball Brown. I'm going to apply this over all the leather bits again, mainly over majority of it, and we're just going to keep that Rhinox hide mainly in the areas where it's dark or just on the edge. And for the final colour for the brown, we're going to take Scrag Brown. We're only really going to apply this to his fingertips and his knuckles on his gloves, and then we're going to do an edge highlight on, on the side of the weapon pouch on his hip, and then just a small little circle of it on the small pouch right next to it.
it's now time to tackle the underbit of the arm. Well, not the arm of the cape, the underbit of the cape. So to do this, we're going to take Morgant bone, and you're going to make 3 different strokes of it on, basically. So you're going to apply it once, let it dry, then again, let it dry, and then one last time, to really get the actual full thing of the colour out, because you're applying it on black. Moving on from the cape, and I have realised I've done this in a really roundabout way where I've basically written there, here and everywhere, but now it's time to do the gold. So we're going to take Dragon's Gold, and you're going to paint it over the top bit of his Crozius, the trim on his legs, and anywhere else where you really want it. Like there's a bit in the middle of his chest where he has a little skull. I didn't paint that gold, you can if you really want. I just chose not to because I wanted to keep the chest area of himself quite dark. But yeah, it's up to you where you want to else to paint it, but the areas I painted it was like the areas I've just said. And then actually, one area I forgot is he has these 2 sash things that come down, and they've got little wolf heads on the bottom. You want to paint them gold, and as well as the little weird symbol on his chest that hangs down, and it's got like a skull in between, and you want to paint that gold as well. We're then going to take glistening gold and apply it like we've applied every other highlight. We're just going to apply it onto the bits that would catch the light the most. Then we're going to take white gold and do the exact same, but legit just at the very tip of where the highlight would go.
Alright, so I'm in the snow, still, it's really flipping cold. I don't know why it's this cold, I don't know why space was really want to live out here, but I think I see a cave up ahead, so I'm going to go in it.
Oh, that's much better. Out of the snow at last. Ah, what's this? Seems to be texts on said wolf priest that I've been looking for. Well, let's have a look, see what they say. So, the Wolf Priest is a space marine from the Space Wolf chapter that takes on the role of both chaplain and apothecary. This means that they are both in charge of spiritual and physical well-being of the rest of their battle brothers in their chapter. Wolf Priests also are very well respected, holding high ranks in their chapter. So he's a very well respected guy. Okay, that gives me hopes that when I find him I won't be shot. But yeah, there's also a few drawings here of what they look like, and there's one more thing with writing that I found that says that the mask they wear symbolises life and death. Right, I get the death part, being a wolf skull and all, but what part of it represents life? Well, I don't know. I'm gonna wait for the snow to cool down though, because I'm not going back out in that. Let's get back to the painting. So you're going to take Angelic Yellow from Game Master, and you're going to apply it onto his right knee, his shoulder pads, and the inside of the sashes on his sashes, really, yeah, and his gun. You will have to do this like a couple times to get it fully on there, but after you've got it on there and it looks good to you, you're then going to take Iron Fist's contrast paint, and you're just going to give that a once over to really make the yellow seem more saturated. So we're now going to paint the bones and stuff like that. So the bones on his back, on his Crozius, and the one on his chest. So to do this, you're going to take Screaming Skull contrast, no, not contrast, normal paint, and you're going to just paint it all over everything I've mentioned, and actually the teeth on around his neck. Don't forget them. We're then going to take Skeleton Horde, which is a wash, and we're going to put it all over everything you've just painted with Screaming Skull. And what this will do is this will make it really look like actual skulls, like human skulls. And also, I didn't put this in the last voiceover, and I should have. Paint his face as well with both these paints, because obviously his face is a skull, so just remember that as well. You're then going to take Thunderhawk Blue and White Scar White, and you're going to mix it roughly 70% Thunderhawk Blue and 30% White Scar to get the Space Wolf Blue that we're looking for. And you're just going to apply this over the trim of his shoulder pads. So for this next bit, there isn't any video for it because I was that locked in to trying to figure out how to do it, because it was my first time ever doing it, that I just completely forgot how to record it, so I'll explain it now. So what I was doing is I was trying to paint the fur on his top and then on his like groin area, and I had painted it before, but I've only painted it grey, so I was trying to paint it brown to then, because if I painted it grey it would just conflict with his armour. So to paint it grey, you're going to start with Rhine Oxide, not grey, brown, but you're going to start with Rhine Oxide, and you're just going to paint every bit of fur with it, every single bit. Then you're going to take Doomball Brown and you're going to paint it over the bits after the Rhine Oxide is dried. You're going to paint it over the bits that would see the most light. So realistically, it's mainly the bits on his shoulders, and then that'll be majority of it. But then as you go down, swap from just painting it on to a dry brush. You're only catching the tips of it until you get to like maybe halfway down his back, then just stop, because you still want to keep the Rhine Oxide in the places where it's going to be darkest. And then the final colour I used was Ushapti Burn, and that's just to get the most highlighted areas of the fur. And yeah, so that's what I did to get the fur done. Yeah, my bad that I didn't record it, but like I said, I was just too locked in to try and actually complete it. And one other thing I forgot to record, which I'm going to throw in here as well, is apart from the yellow on the gun, the rest of it you're just going to paint with Rattling Grime. I think it's Rattling Grime. Yeah, Rattling Grime. So just legit just put that on everything, the rest of the gun, and it'll be all good. Carrying on from me not recording, we're then going to take Speed Paint Purple Alchemy, and we're going to paint this onto the handle of his Crozius. Now for the final step of painting the miniature, you're going to take a metal paint of your choice and just paint all the metal parts. So that would be some of the bits on his Crozius, it would be some of the bolts he has around him, and anything else that you would like metal. So I'm back talking again without no pictures unfortunately, and it's to cover the bases. So the bases I done ages ago before I even painted my first mini. I painted all the bases so I could play them on the tabletop against my friend because I was excited to play them, I'm not gonna lie. So I can't paint any of the bases in this video because I haven't got any bases to paint currently, but I can tell you how to do it. So majority of it is just from the Green Stuff World Arctic Basin set, because I bought it and it was when I was new to Basin as well, but I'll still run you through it. So to start off, you're going to take their Blue Glacier base coat and just paint it all over the base. Then you're going to take tough glue, which improves the crackle effect, but I think you can use any PVA glue. So realistically, just throw a PVA glue over it, and then take a crackle paint of your choice. One that's see-through preferably, and then you're going to paint it over the base so that it crackles to simulate ice. And then after you've done that, you're just going to take some PVA glue, or tough glue if you have some, put it over the bits where you want snow, and put the snow over it. And then a tuft of your choice as well, and put some snow on that, and that's basically it. It's a very simple base, because yeah, I didn't know what to do, so I just bought that, thinged it, and yeah, but that's the base. With everything now wrapped up with the painting, it's now time for the final reveal. So that wraps it up for the painting. The Witness Wolf Priest is one slippery guy, I'm telling you that. I still can't find him. What the hell? When did you get here? You've been here the whole time. I very highly doubt that. I would have seen you. It's a bit hard to miss you. You're 8 foot tall, built like a truck. Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, you got a fair point there. So I'm here to deliver a message to you, and it's just an envelope. So here it is, I guess. I'm gonna leave before you open it because I'm worried to know what is in it. So yeah, goodbye. Yeah, I really do wonder what was in that envelope. Well, soon find out. Son of a bitch, he just shot at me. Okay, clearly has to be something bad for him to shoot at me. I thought you're supposed to be nice, good reputation and all. Right, I'm gonna get back to the trench in a bit.